welcome to day number 3. And today we are going to be looking at something very interesting. So today we're going to be looking at operators. Okay, now what are operators and what exactly is involved in them? We have different types. We have arithmetic, assignment, we have comparison, logical, we have identity and membership, we have bitwise. So today's day number 3. Let's dive right into it. Let's not make this video longer than it already is supposed to be, because we already took way too much time in the other concepts. I am hoping today I do below 20 minutes. So let's dive right into Visual Studio Code. And yeah, so this should be relatively where we ended the last time. About what was this? We did data casting and also a bit of string methods. That's fine. Great. So let's dive right into it. I am going to create another file. You just have to go here. And today we're doing operators. So I'm going to name it operators.py. And what are operators exactly? Simply, these are little characters or phrases of words that you can use to pretty much affect a condition or to pretty much affect an outcome. I'll show you that in a bit. So we're going to begin with arithmetic operators, arithmetic and assignment. These are closely related. This is why I'm going to take them at the same time. So arithmetic operators, you're already familiar with them. It's plus, we have minus, we have multiplication, which is denoted by the asterisk sign or the star sign. Then we have division, denoted by the /, and then we have what's this, modulus. We have the modulus operator, which you're gonna know what it does in a minute. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, this should be relatively easy. So if I want to add, well, I'm gonna declare 2 variables here. I always like doing that. So I'm gonna say first num, which is first number, and I'm gonna give this a 6, and I'm gonna say second num, which is second number. I'm gonna give this a 2. After this, I'm gonna just put down here print statement, which shows me how to add 2 numbers. This should be relatively easy. Looking at what we've learned so far, we use the plus operator at some point to, so I'm gonna say first num and then plus second num. So we use the plus operator to concatenate 2 strings. We also use the plus operator to add 2 numbers. So if I go ahead and print that, you're gonna see it's giving me 8, which is pretty much all about the arithmetic operators. So if I go ahead and duplicate this like 5 times, because I want to demonstrate as well as show. So this is mod, this will be our division one. This is gonna be our multiplication. This is gonna be our subtraction. So I can say by putting 2 strings here to just show what is what. Add, and I'm gonna put here, I'm just gonna copy all this. Actually, I need a comma in between these because that's pretty much just how the syntax works. So VS Code is actually very good for you guys because it gives you the syntax errors that you are making. As you saw, I forgot to put the comma. There was a little squiggly line underneath which was red, and it was telling me something is wrong in the line you just typed. Okay, so that wasn't supposed to happen. I copied instead of pasting. Okay, so I'm gonna put that over there, and you can see now I'm gonna put these how they're supposed to be. I just copied and pasted this stuff, I didn't change it. And this will be the division, this will be the modulus. Modulus simply means remainder. Hope you remember that. It just simply means the remainder of the numbers. Let's change the signs accordingly. So for subtraction, we use that. For multiplication, we use that. For division, we use that. For modulus, we use the percentage sign. So we have those over there, and if I go ahead and run these, you can guess the answer is pretty easy. Here we're going to get 8, here we're going to get 4, here we're going to get 12, here we're going to get 3, and then here we're going to get 0 because there will be no remainder. As you can see, 8, 4, 12, 3.0 and 0. I forgot, in division you actually will get your answer as a float. This will come in handy as we move on, learning other concepts. Alright, that was easy. Let's move on to the next operators. These are actually very easy. Don't worry, for those who are behind and have questions, I will be going live, I think every Saturday for you guys, and you can catch me then and you can ask questions about whatever it is that you want to clarify about. It is for absolute beginners, this is not for gurus. So for those of you who are trying to get into Python, this is how you use arithmetic operators. Now let's go to comparison and logical. So in this particular one, we're just comparing and we are also using logic. So one thing I've forgotten is the assignment operators. So you can see here we have the equal to sign, and then this particularly allows you to get whatever is on the right and put it to the left. This does not mean that what's on the right is equal to what's on the left. In programming, this means something entirely different. It's an assignment operator. So you can combine assignment operators with any of these 4 main arithmetic operators to create new assignment operators. For example, I can say third number. I'll initialize the third number with the number 0, and I will try to demonstrate how assignment operators work. So for assignment operators, we have things like, so these are assignment operators. Assignment operators, we have things like equal to, yeah, it's double equal to, and sorry, we have equal to, sorry, that was comparison. So we have equal to, which is the main one that we use. We have plus or equal to, and then we have minus or equal to. I'm pretty much just combining the stuff like I told you. And then here I have multiplication or equal to, and I'll have my division as well or equal to. It's pretty much the same thing. So now what this means, check this out. If I get my first number, right? Okay, let's just get my third number, the one that I've initialized, with a 0. Third number, and I'm saying plus or equal to, let's say, first number. What's going to happen is, if I print this out, check what happens. If I print this out, remember that the third number was 0, but now if I print out the third number, check what happens. It's going to have 6 in it. So you see, I have 6 over here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and clear this. I have 6 over here. Sorry, let me run that again. I have 6 over here. Now, this actually means the same thing as third num is equal to third num, which is number, plus first number. So it's pretty much the same thing. Third number is equal to third number plus first number. This line is exactly the same as this. So you can easily use any of these and you get pretty much the result over here. Now, that aside, let's go down into the other operators. The next operators now, let me just go back to my presentation just to make sure I am on the right track. And comparison and logical, right? So let's go back to our video. And here we are. I am going to now bring in the comparison operators and the logical operators. So in comparison operators, we have quite a number of them. And looking at the time now, I think we are going to need a second video for operators as well, because I don't want these tutorials to be taking too long, and also it's very hard to follow if you have overwhelming information. So we have logical operators. So we have comparison and logical. I'm just going to comment that out. Okay, so after having this, let's dive right into what comparison is. In comparison, we're gonna have things like equal to, we're gonna have things like greater than, we're gonna have things like less than, we're gonna have things like not equal to. In logical, we're gonna have things like and or. It's not like they're the only ones that exist, but they're the only ones that you need to know right now. As we go further in the tutorials, you're gonna understand that there are more logical operators that you can use, but right now it's not necessary. For you to get started, this is where it is. Now after this, we're gonna now see how these actually work. So in comparison operators, I'm gonna be using the same variables that I have over here. So don't forget them: first number, second number, and third number. So if I print, right, so let's start with the equal to. So this actually means whatever is on the right is exactly the same value as what's on the left. So checking if value is the same. Or in other words, I'll say exactly the same. Exactly the same. In JavaScript, you're gonna find stuff like triple equal to, but that is for a different series in web technologies. For now, let's just stick to Python, and we only have the one with double equal to. So in this one, if I go ahead and print, this is gonna give me false. So if I say first number, right, is equal to second number, which is definitely not the case, so it will give me a false value here. It will give me false, which is the boolean that we talked about in our first video. So after that, if I go ahead now and try to use these other ones, you see that it's pretty much the same thing. Copy. So this one is if I'm checking whether something is greater. So checking if what's on the right, sorry, what's on the left is greater. Okay, so if I check this, what will happen is I'm just gonna ahead and paste that. I'm gonna get rid of this, and here I'm just gonna put this over here. This will be, is the first number greater than the second number? Definitely. So this will be true. So it's pretty much the same thing with these other ones. This means not equal to. So if I copy this and put it down here, you see it will give me a true as well, because they are not equal to. This is not equal to this. This is greater than this. So it's pretty much the same thing. Now if we go to logical, if we start on logical here, and so this one takes two conditions. So you see these true. Only if two conditions are true will it return true. Okay, so checking if all conditions are true. then it will return true, else it will return false. So now if I do that, and then, well, this condition is true, if I get this condition as well, and then I put it in between the AND operator, okay, what will happen is it will return true. So I have 3 true here. Then if one of these conditions is not true, right, what will happen is it will return false. So if I say is equal to, this condition is false, so this will return false, as you can see over here. And it's the same with every other alternative, whether this is on this side or this is on this side. So long as one condition is false, it will return false. Let's get to the OR operator, shall we? This one says it doesn't matter which one is true, so long as one is true, I am returning true, checking if any conditions are true. So this one is true, this one is false. It will still return true because if I use OR over here, it will return true, as you can see down here. So it doesn't matter whether this is the one which was false and this one is which one was true, it doesn't matter. If both are true, it will return true. If both are false, only then will it return false. So checking if any conditions are true, else will return false. If all conditions are true, else will return false. This is how these two conditions work. So pretty much that's how you go about the comparison in logical operators, and as well as the arithmetic and assignment operators. I think for today, let's call it a day. We'll carry on in the next one, where we're going to learn about the identity and membership and bitwise operators. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.